Welcome to Alga ETH Group Adverse Weather Campaign e-learning training. In this training, we will provide you informations, tips and guidelines to stay safe during the bad weather conditions. During adverse weather, an emergency situation can occur. It is vital to think and react quickly. Alga ETH aims to provide instruction and support for employees and contractors on the risks associated with adverse weather that may impact their activities to prevent incidents from occurring onshore or offshore. It is fundamental to think and react quickly. During the winter months, the countries within Middle East, particularly UAE and Saudi Arabia, is more likely to experience adverse weather conditions such as strong winds, rough seas and high swells, poor visibility and fog, quick-moving rain, flash floods, blowing sand and dust, thunder and lightning, lower temperatures. Working in winter can increase the risk of developing the following health conditions which can result in incidents: fatigue and loss of focus, colds, seasonal flu and respiratory illnesses, hypothermia, seasickness in winter weather for marine transport. Outdoor activities can expose employees to several safety hazards, but you can take these steps to prepare for them. Wear the right clothing. Plan breaks from the cold. Follow client life-saving rules whenever at the rig site or camp. Key reminders: be aware of the different temperatures inside and outside. Follow the weather forecasts, alerts. Make sure vehicles are prepared for different weather conditions. Wear appropriate dry, layered clothing. Remember to follow the buddy system. Ensure that you are well rested, especially when driving. Wash your hands and use sanitizer. Always eat and drink regularly. Note that workers, contractors may try and keep their homes, rooms and other locations such as site camps warm using portable heaters and other means which may create a fire risk. During heavy rain, lightning and flooding, you should monitor weather conditions regularly and follow weather notifications via the official authorities. Issue notifications to everyone working on site to stay indoors and away from windows during a storm. Avoid using any electrical machinery during wet conditions. Communicate cautions for wet, slippery areas once employees resume work outdoors. Comply with signboards. Ensure to keep a safe distance from the car in front, especially during rain, and reduce vehicle speed as rain may cause additional risks when driving. During fog, you should monitor weather conditions regularly and follow weather notifications via the official authorities. Issue notifications to employees to use low beam headlights and/or fog lights, if available, during travel. Communicate cautions for unexpected areas of fog when vehicle movement is authorized. When needed, restrict and control speed for vehicle movement. Provide appropriate high visibility clothing for outdoor employees working on site. Ensure clear and visual indications are activated. Be aware of warning alerts on site. Be vigilant when driving during fog. Fog is a concern for all onshore and offshore transport due to the risk of collision as well as causing delays. Here are some of the tips on how to drive in high winds and dust storms.
It's best to be prepared. Here's how to drive in dense fog. Slow down. With visibility reduced, it's important to allow for increased reaction times and not rush. Keep a larger distance between yourself and other motorists, especially if the road is wet. You may be tempted to drive more closely to the car in front of you to keep it in sight, but this can increase your risk of collision. Turn on your low beam headlamps. High beams can cause light to reflect back off water droplets in the air, further obscuring your view. If your vehicle has fog lights, turn them on. They further illuminate the road when it's foggy and make you more visible to other cars. Always use your windshield wipers and defrosters in fog to help you see and reduce glare from oncoming vehicles. Roll down your window so you can hear what's happening around you when your visibility is reduced. If you hear any suspicious noises, like squealing or crunching, safely brake and pull to the side of the road. When visibility is reduced, use the white line on the right-hand side of the road to guide you. This is safer than using the center line, which will bring you closer to oncoming traffic. If visibility is reduced to the point where continuing to drive would be unsafe, you might be tempted to stop on the road, but don't. This could cause an accident. Instead, pull over to a safe area, completely off the road. Then, turn on your emergency flashers or hazard lights so other drivers know you're parked and don't try to follow you. Avoid using your hazard lights when moving, however, because this is illegal in many states. So please remember, while driving in dense fog, slow down, use your low beams and fog lights, turn on your windshield wipers and defrosters, roll down your windows and follow the right side pavement line. And if it's too difficult to see, pull over and turn on your emergency flashers.
During high winds you should monitor weather conditions regularly and follow weather notifications via the official authorities. Stop any lifting operation if the wind speed reaches or exceeds ALGA-ETHN or client standard requirement. Inspect and verify the condition of temporary structures such as scaffolding after high winds. Make sure that tools are packed away safely, and other loose materials are safely secured. Wear the proper PPE provided on site. Safety glasses to avoid debris from blowing into the eyes. Safety helmets must be securely attached. A full body harness for all employees working at height. When needed, restrict and control speed for vehicle movement, especially for large vehicles or towing trailers. During sandstorms you should monitor weather conditions regularly and follow weather notifications via the official authorities. Wear eye protection to prevent any eye irritation or infection. Wear dust masks or respirators to prevent inhaling dust. Follow site instructions and remain in a safe place until weather conditions, visibility improves. Use fog lights on vehicles during travel. When needed, restrict and control speeds for vehicle movement. Here are some of the tips on how to drive in high winds and dust storms.
High winds can be very dangerous when you're driving. They can blow trees into the path of your vehicle, move your car on the road, or create blinding dust storms. Always check your local weather forecast, and if there are any advisories, it's best to stay off the road. But if you must drive, follow these tips. Anytime a gale pushes your car, slow down. The faster you drive, the farther off course you might be pushed by a sudden gust before regaining vehicle control. Keep both hands on the wheel and be ready. Gusts can blow trailers and other vehicles into your path, especially high-sided ones like RVs, so maintain a safe distance from other drivers. In strong winds, look out for partially fallen trees. And keep in mind that small twigs and sticks in the road may be warning signs of an upcoming tree hazard. If you see a dust cloud up ahead, it's very important not to drive into it, even if other vehicles do so. Dust storms are often blinding, and you could barrel directly into another car. Instead, as safely as possible, pull completely off the pavement, beyond the highway shoulder, to avoid potential collisions. Park safely, far away from traffic, trees, power lines, and other tall objects. Turn off all your lights, even your hazards and dome light, because in a dust storm, lights from a parked vehicle can look like moving traffic, and other cars could drive into you. Also, set your parking brake, and then take your foot off the brake pedal, so other drivers won't follow your brake lights. Keep yourself buckled up while the storm passes, in case your vehicle is hit. After any extreme winds, look out for downed power lines, because they might still be live, electrifying the ground around you up to 35 feet. And driving over power lines is never safe, even if they are not energized. If your car comes in contact with the downed power line, stay inside, because the road underfoot might be energized. Do not touch any interior metal areas. Call 911, and make sure others stay away from your car. So please remember, in high winds, slow down. Be wary of other vehicles, and watch out for fallen trees and power lines. And in a dust storm, it's very important to pull over off the pavement, park safely, away from trees, traffic, and power lines. Turn off all your lights, engage the parking brake, and remain buckled up.
Before any adverse weather, make sure that your site contains First aid kit and emergency kit should always be available, flashlight, batteries, etc. Ensure evacuation procedure plan in place and personnel are aware of it. Designate a supervisor who will be informing contractors and employees when to stop or resume work. Monitor regularly the weather notifications and conditions from official authorities. Disconnect all electronic equipment and keep all machinery safe and well covered. Before any adverse weather, make sure that your site contains. Report any damage that happened on site. Clean up the site and remove any hazardous material that can cause accidents. Once all safety and operational concerns are addressed, provide an all clear so employees can return to work. For weather updates, you may visit https://www.ncm.a